Brace yourself. You're about to witness the most insane demolitions ever captured on camera. Explosions, chaos, total destruction, and it all happens in a blink. Are you ready to have your mind blown? Let's dive into the madness. From a seasoned engineer's perspective, the demolition of the old Holiday Inn in Rosslyn, Arlington, Virginia, was a textbook example of precision and control. On the morning of December 13, 2020, Controlled Demolition Inc. CDI, with assistance from the Berg Corporation, executed the implosion flawlessly. Given the pre-stressed concrete structure, mechanical methods were not an option. Expertly placed charges brought the building down in about 20 seconds, raising a towering dust cloud without a hint of damage to neighboring properties. Ever wondered how a 50-plus-year-old silo gets taken down? Stick with me and let's watch it happen at Nelson Brothers Farm. It's wild seeing an expert at work. No mistakes, no second chances, just boom, done. Drop a comment if you've ever seen a cleaner takedown. Let's get into it. Can you imagine 886.5 pounds of explosives going off at once? That's exactly what happened when the Sheraton Gateway Hotel at Atlanta's airport was brought down on September 5, 2021. Crews drilled 671 holes across 4 floors, loaded them up, and used over 4,300 feet of detonation cord to make it happen. It wasn't just random blasting. This was a year-long precision plan to protect the area and the people around. Before its big finale, the hotel even played host to movie and TV crews. That's the moment Texas Stadium crumbles into dust, a thunderous implosion that shakes the ground. It goes kaboom, says Jim Reedike of Dicon Explosive Demolition. A week before the spectacle, 2,500 pounds of dynamite will be carefully embedded into 2,200 holes drilled into the stadium's support columns. But precision is everything. If it's off by just 3 or 4 inches, it could spell trouble, warns Jim Rawson of A&R Demolition. A third alarm fire destroyed an abandoned 1920s Art Deco apartment on Detroit's west side on April 13, 2013. The building was demolished while it was still smoldering. Appeared to have been a nice building at one time. I can't help but wonder what those walls witnessed over the decades. It's a shame. All those hours to create such a beautiful building, minutes to destroy. In structural demolition, initiating a controlled collapse begins with strategic load path disruption. Here, a Komatsu PC-290LC, fitted with a high-impact hydraulic breaker, methodically perforates the silo's base ring. This isn't random chipping, it's calculated shear line exposure. The JCB-JS220 is positioned for a reactive push. The operator applies lateral force at a specific height, often 1/3 from the base, to exploit bending moment leverage, easy to control the falling direction. Boom. That had to be pure teamwork. They pushed the entire house with just one mighty shove. Imagine the ground trembling beneath your feet. That's what happened when Roosevelt House in Atlanta, Georgia came crashing down. Once a towering symbol of public housing for the elderly and disabled, the building met its dramatic end through a controlled demolition. Around 150 pounds of explosives tore through its core, bringing it down in a breathtaking 15 seconds. Locals and curious Georgia Tech students flocked to watch, witnessing history crumble before their very eyes. Ready to level up your dismantling game? The PowerHand VRS is your secret weapon. It lets you quickly pull out valuable parts like engines, axles, and wiring, with crazy precision. The slim, plier-like design means you see everything you're doing, even in tight spots. It's built for tough daily work. And trust me, skilled operators make it look easy. He placed his tracks too close to the edge of the pile. Luckily for the driver, the excavator does not roll after it slides down the 50-foot-high mound. On May 24, 2010, the Savannah River site brought down its 450-foot-tall, 345-foot-wide K-cooling tower. As the second-largest cooling tower ever demolished, it was a serious engineering challenge. But the SRS team nailed it. Now marks a key chapter in SRS history. Oh my God, that was such a close call.
Battery holds, set 2 bars. Holy crap!
The Charleroi-Monessen Bridge, built in 1906, connected 2 towns across Pennsylvania's Monongahela River. By 2009, serious structural damage forced its closure. About 150 pounds, 68 kilograms, of explosives were used to destroy the bridge, sending it crashing into the river in seconds. Locals watched the event, describing the sound and smoke as incredible and unforgettable. The MSC 10-20P crane was dismantled for scrap due to safety concerns. Some questioned whether a more delicate approach was possible. However, according to the demolition team, the crane was in a critical, unstable state, necessitating rapid dismantlement. Furthermore, it collapsed directly onto its own railway tracks during the process. Dismantling a gantry crane by the collapse method. The sound of a 45-ton impact on the ground is certainly frightening, but it is a necessity because in order to gain height, you need to get rid of the excess. It's not every day you see a building like the Clarion Hotel, located at 305 Convention Center Drive, Las Vegas, facing such an explosive end. On February 10, 2015, a team used 1,100 pounds of explosives to bring the 12-story structure down in less than 10 seconds. However, part of the west elevator shaft didn't quite collapse and remained tilted. Sometimes, even the best laid plans don't go as expected. Richard Lorenz has seen a lot in his career, but the Colony Plaza demolition stood out. Back in the day, the hotel hosted Disney's press events. By 2001, though, it was a hazard. Water damage, fire system failure, bad wiring. Over 75 days, they stripped it down, cleared asbestos, and prepped the structure. Dicon's crew came in with 340 charges. And boom, 2 towers dropped in under 30 seconds, leaving nothing but dust and applause. "It went perfectly," said CES President Richard Lorenz. Have you ever wondered what it looks like to tear apart a 67-foot boat? Well, Miss China is getting ripped to pieces right here in New Bedford, Massachusetts, and it's a total visual thrill. That excavator is going non-stop, and every crunch of steel feels like it's telling a story. Ever seen something like this before? Drop a comment below.
Destroying things left and right. I'm filming them right now.
Boat's engine. On my left, the Miss China had largely been reduced to a pile of wooden scrap, destined to be hauled away and burned.
Демонтаж кормового крана ПМС-16 микроротовинг. Давай! Где тебя? Все на тебя ставки ставят.
When you drill the crane's legs, it's more than just an operation. It's a breakthrough. This clever technique reduces material stress and prepares the structure for a seamless disassembly. Quite impressive, right?
Пошла мазута. Кран держит, трактор тянет. Красавчики. Вся эта метода вот этого не подвел вас.
Get ready for a demolition show like no other. Bold, creative, and sure to leave you wide-eyed with amazement. Oak Knoll Naval Hospital was built for war. It saved lives from 1942 to 1996. After being abandoned for 15 years, the main building was destroyed with 800 pounds of explosives on April 8, 2011. It took less than a minute. Locals watched it all. Before the demolition, workers cleared out dangerous materials like asbestos and lead.
It's like instant. Oh, the mackerel.
No warning. No warning.
For students who are covering mechanics and stability, they would find this video very educational. This silo may be treated as a solid structure, and if one looks at the position where the kinetic of gravity is expected, somewhere in the middle, one will clearly see that the structure is stable as long as the center of gravity falls within the footprint of the silo, considering that the pushing machine is taking part of the forces. As soon as the center of gravity moves to outside the footprint of pressure point, well over it goes. Have you ever heard of Wetzel Hall? If you studied at Western Illinois University, you might have lived there. Built in 1970, this 13-story dormitory housed over 20,000 students. Sadly, after nearly 4 decades, the cost of upkeep was too high. So on July 14, 2012, WIU made the tough call to bring it down in a controlled demolition. The good news? About 95% of its limestone and shale were recycled. and part of it helped create a beautiful 200-foot memorial bus stop on its old footprint.
Getting crazy to watch.
Drop a 1 in the comments if our video blew your mind. Your support fuels our creative fire. Imagine standing at a demolition site in Seogu, Pyeongni-dong. The excavator is in motion, tearing down walls with hydraulic precision. You can feel the energy of each strike as the machine commands the scene. The spectacle is nothing short of extraordinary. What happens when a Kiravet's portal crane takes a dive? Watch as it tumbles, crashes, and gets taken apart, each step more intense than the last. Watching the Hagedorn paper mill come down is nothing short of awe-inspiring. This isn't just any demolition. It's a carefully planned operation where every step counts. The Hagedorn paper mill demolition shows how far we've come in terms of technology and engineering, and it's nothing short of thrilling to see it all unfold. The final chapter, demolishing and recycling a Boeing 747-400. The aircraft's demolition and recycling process is as fascinating as its journey through the skies. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of this incredible transformation. From tearing it down piece by piece to recycling materials, this is the future of aviation. An era ends. The old Northam Hospital is falling, but this time, it's different. With careful control, the building will surrender to the earth in a calculated collapse. It's not just demolition, it's a new way of saying goodbye. Can you imagine standing across the street as a massive hospital crumbles into a cloud of dust? That's exactly what residents of St. John, New Brunswick witnessed on December 10, 1995. The controlled implosion of the old St. John General Hospital wasn't just a demolition, it was an event. It became one of the most talked about implosions in Canada during the 90s. Impressed by what you saw? Hit the like button and subscribe to stay informed about our latest content. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you again soon on Forestry Tech. Boom. Just like that, the second surge tower at John Hart Dam was brought down Thursday morning. Crews used explosives to do the job right. Can you imagine the precision it takes to drop a tower safely? This is just one more step in giving the dam a serious upgrade. In Moscow, a Sany excavator took down a building in spectacular fashion. Powered by a reliable hydraulic system, Sany machines are known for their tough performance in demolition projects. This video captures how efficiently it handles large structures, making demolition faster and safer. Built to tackle serious jobs, SANY equipment shows why it's trusted by professionals around the world. The demolition of that silo is being done with no safety equipment at all. I get that they may not have a lot of experience, but there's a serious risk here. Without even basic gear like helmets or gloves, accidents can happen in a blink. If you're tackling projects like this, always make sure you're following the safety standards. It's not just about the job, it's about protecting your life.
Go away!